Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out tonight. We have a lot to discuss. We're going to talk about the auto market having a rebound in September. Not for all automakers. We'll talk about that, but for a lot of the big ones, they're seeing some gains for the first time in about a year. It's remarkable. It's good to see the corner being turned. My head is still scrambled eggs from, well, maybe too much caffeine, but it's like the first full day in my house in about a week after Hurricane Ian. Just want to thank you guys for supporting me and my family. So like having a week off of work didn't absolutely devastate my family. So it was great that I had your support, and it was great that I had the support of my friends in Naples as well as in Hialeah. So guys, I just want to give a shout out. There's a lot of you in the chat already. We have so much to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and pop up what we have to discuss today, so I can get you like hooked on the line there. Where's everyone coming from tonight? I see Sykesapop, Mr. Hawk, EKG Canadian Enthusiast. He's always pumping out videos himself. Shiba Inu is out in the chat. Hopefully you guys can hear me. If you guys can hear me, let me know. I'm always messing with my settings, which could be a good thing. It could be a terrible thing. So let me know if you can hear me, and we'll get this chat over with. Kevin Hawthorne, he said, I've been interviewed 3 times in the news. My first TV interview on YouTube under Lakeland celebrates volunteer with special needs. This video is now over 9,600 views. That's amazing, man. A fellow Floridian right there. Good, you can hear me. Thanks, guys. Where are you guys coming from tonight? Daniel's coming from Denver. That's what's up. Mile High Life right there. It's Mr. Hawk from Seattle. Yeah, guys. Good. I'm glad you can hear me. Holy cow. This could be a long stream tonight. I haven't really looked at the sales numbers. I just kind of have a general outline in my mind. Most of them are looking good. Honda, though. Oof, Honda. Ford slips, as you can see in the headline here. So we'll see here. IROC 487, Tampa, Taeyang from Alabama, Shiba's in Tokyo, Japan, representing. All right, guys, I think it's time. I'm going to share a little bit South Florida from Matthew. We're out in South Florida, Matthew. Hopefully you were okay from the hurricane. Tuesday night, we left my house to go to my friend's house that's further from the shore here in Naples. We stayed there for about 2 days during the hurricane. Lost power about Wednesday morning around 11 o'clock. Stayed the night there on Wednesday. Luckily, it wasn't too hot, because if you guys have ever been in Florida or anywhere that's hot, over like 80, 90 degrees, and you tried to sleep in that, it's not fun sleeping while you're sweating with nothing on. Like, luckily, it wasn't that hot this time around, because the storm had just finished when we ran out of power. Or should I say, we ran out of power, and then the storm was still going the remainder of the day, so it didn't get that hot. So we slept through there. And that wiped out all power, all cellular, all water, all internet for that matter. No gasoline, no stores were open. Like dark ages, guys, no joke. I drove around with my family for about an hour the next morning to call people. Because why did I drive around? Well, I had to find a place where I had cell coverage. I got some really spotty coverage a couple miles from here. And I made a call to some friends of ours in Hialeah, which was like completely unaffected. There were pockets of the East Coast getting tornadoes. Like, what was that? Wednesday morning, Tuesday night, pretty crazy. So we went over to the East Coast of Florida and spent I don't even know. Was it Thursday through Monday? So it was 4 days or so. With my friends. They have 4 sons, and they're all about the same age of my 4 daughters. So kids had a blast. I was able to eat, which is great. We were able to have a good time. We were lucky and invited to the baptism. I had my camera. I'm like, my wife's like, hey, go take pictures of them. I'm like, that's a great idea. So I was able to like use my skills to help out the family that we were staying with. And yeah, it was a good experience overall. Definitely. I'm just grateful that I didn't lose my house. I didn't lose like my health or my family's health. So we're just really, really fortunate, because you'll see in my Lexus RX review, which I filmed yesterday, the day we got back, you'll see how much devastation is in my area, let alone Fort Myers or Sanibel or those areas just north of here, which got absolutely smashed and will be years before they get back to some sort of normality. So guys, thank you for coming out. And thoughts and prayers to the victims, because I got it easy. I got lucky. The house is behind me, flooded. And then 2 blocks west of here, literally the water was up to their roofs, boats misplaced, like boats just sitting in people's yards due to the storm surge. It was absolutely insane. Sykes Pop says, usually a hurricane's here, power gets out before the hurricane. I passes the closest. Oh, before the hurricane, I passes. Yeah. We lost power close to when landfall was happening for the eye. The eye made contact north of here around Fort Myers, or just north of Fort Myers, I believe. So yeah, I know some people in the area didn't ever lose power, which is like a miracle, but it's almost guaranteed if you're close to the hurricane, you're going to lose power at some point in time. So insane. I'm happy that I'm safe. I'm happy that my family's safe. I'm happy that I had no flooding in my house. I have a roof over my head and I have food in my fridge. So special thanks to you guys and the people, the friends in my life that carried us for about a week. So anyways, let's get into the news. I'm obviously behind. I haven't been able to work very much. I think I had 1 or 2 videos when I was out of my house, one in the bathroom of my first friend's house, and then one in the backyard of my second friend's house. So here we are. Market rebounds in September, dips in Q3, but September, this past month, we saw some gains. So here's the big chart, and then we'll break down the manufacturers I talked about, the Japanese and Korean ones. So what we're going to focus on is not the first 9 months, because they've been garbage for just about everyone, but quarter 3. Now that the quarter 3 tallies are in, I wish we had just September bust out here, but a lot of these manufacturers only post quarterly. Therefore, we don't have like an individual column for September. So BMW is up. That's phenomenal. They're going to take the sales crown, the luxury sales crown, if you don't count Tesla. Let's keep going. Rolls-Royce. Yeah, there's some Rolls-Royces destroyed in this storm. BMW as a total up 3.8%. Ford up 16%. Lincoln up 17% in Q3. But interestingly, they said Ford slips. So I can't wait to scroll down below to see what they mean by slipping, because they look okay in Q3 here. Going to General Motors. Overall, General Motors up 25%. So they're having the big rebound here. And Toyota beat them last year total for sales. That was a fluke situation. General Motors was caught unprepared. This year is a different situation where Toyota's not getting the chips, and Toyota's been suffering a little bit more. Honda and Acura still getting smacked. Down on the year, 38% on the year, but down 36%. So marginal increase, but not what they need. It's not looking good, guys. Acura is sold 21,000 vehicles. And look, Genesis is not that far away, but it looks like Genesis is stalling out here. They sold 15,000 Q3 a year ago, and they sold roughly the same this year. So Genesis might be stalling out. They might have saturated that market looking for an alternative luxury brand. Hyundai overall, though, as a brand, including Kia, Kia's up 4%, doing the best out of the Hyundai automotive group. But overall, the Koreans are up about 4% Q3 versus Q3, and only down 7% on the year, compared to 38 down for Honda, 7% down with General Motors. Are real close to General Motors, the Koreans, in terms of how well they're doing. Of course, General Motors sells a lot more. You can see 551,000 to 384,000. Going down to Mazda. Mazda had a decent 2021, but it's slowing down for them. But it looks like there's some recovery. Q3 down 13%, but down 21% on the year. Mitsubishi down 30%. So they had a rough third quarter because they were only down about 16% on the year. So yikes. We'll talk about, I don't know how much we'll talk about Mitsubishi. We'll talk about Nissan a little bit more than them. Infiniti actually seen an increase. They kind of hit rock bottom. They're now being outsold easily by Genesis. It's crazy to say. I don't know if that's going to stay around for a long time or what, but yes, it is. That's just the way things are. The hype is coming. The hype is coming down on Genesis. So Ferris is in Omaha or Naples for what? Georgia is in the house. Sykes a pop. George Boricua is in the house. Just trying to. I gotta stay out of the chat as much as possible so I can get through the stream and all the information. Otherwise, I'll just get way too discombobulated. So, guys, thanks for coming out tonight. I got about 100 of you in the chat. So definitely feel free to chat it up there. And we're going to get back to comparing what's going on with Q3 here in 2022 for the automakers. Nissan now down 24%. So they're having a decent increase compared to previous in the year. So Q1, Q2, it's looking like they're getting some traction here in Q3. Polestar is a small, tiny brand outlier. It's not really worth talking about them until they have the Polestar 3. It'll be fun to see how much volume they can produce at that, but the thing's going to be really expensive. Probably $80K would be my guess starting out. Alfa Romeo, I see a ton of them down here in Naples, but that's not normal. They don't sell a whole lot of those. Chrysler up 40%. Maybe they're able to make the minivans again. Dodge up 21%. Fiat is are they still being sold in America? I find that hard to believe. Jeep, though. Jeep is down 18%. That is not good because that's their volume seller for the brand. Jeep actually outsells Ram. That kind of blows my mind. Outsells a big three pickup truck maker. So Stellantis is down 6% on the quarter, 12% on the year. Not terrible. Not terrible. Subaru kind of hit rock bottom last year, so they don't have much further to fall. They're down 13% year over year, but down 3% on Q3. Infiniti is recovering thanks to volume of the QX60. That's 100% right. Tesla, what the heck? Up 47% on the quarter, 47% on the year. How long can Tesla continue to grow in these double-digit percentages? How long? It's going to be interesting. It will be interesting as more manufacturers get EVs out in volume to appease those EV buyers. But are the people buying Teslas, are they interested in other EVs, or do they just are they just like, Apple people, which of course, there's a ton of Apple people in the chat here. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, if there's other cell phones on the market, you're still going to buy an Apple more than likely. That might be the same thing with Tesla, right? But the thing is, nothing new is coming out for Tesla. So if you have a Tesla, why would you want to get another Tesla? But it seems like the sales volume there, they have a lot of repeat customers. So I don't really know what's going on there. It's a brand that mystifies me. Lexus is down big, 16% on the quarter, 16% on the year. It's not good. They can't supply the vehicles in volume. We'll talk more about them in a little bit. Toyota, though. Toyota down 5% on the quarter. Previously, though, in the quarter, they weren't doing good. So September was strong for them. I'm kind of running out of steam with the mainstream automakers. Volvo had a great 2021. They're getting smacked. Not good Q3, not good on the year. And we could talk about them at the end. So we're going to go to the Toyota. We're going to kind of be Toyota, Honda, Mazda, Nissan, Subaru, Hyundai, Kia, in kind of that order, just because this is the way it is in my browser. So Toyota Motor North America reports U.S. September third quarter sales. Do they have any highlights for us? So about a quarter of their sales are electrified. Hybrid Sequoia now is on sale. They now have 21 electrified vehicle options in the Toyota Lexus lineups. By the end of 2022, we will see the Crown. We'll be driving the Crown next week, so stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for a Highlander update in a couple days. Can't say too much, but I will be able to give you more concrete information on the 2023 model. So keep your eyes peeled for that here on the channel. Maybe pricing as well. I'm trying to think. I don't remember what I saw today. Anyways, Lexus RX Hybrid goes on sale. I've had the 350h in my, it lasted the hurricane, guys. I had the RX 350h Nora Green parked in my carport, which is sort of shielded. But yeah, the RX 2023 RX sat there during the hurricane. It's ugly because it's dirty as like there's just like a layer of leaves and sticks and disgustingness all over the car, but still drives great. There are no scratches. There's no damage on it. And then we have the four new Corolla Hybrid grades. We also have Corolla Cross Hybrid coming this year as well for North America. So check this out. Up 17.1% in the month of September. That is incredible. We haven't seen that sort of gains from Toyota in I don't know how long. So they broke quite a few months of sliding here. I think if we go back to the first article, they'll talk more about Toyota. Here we go. First monthly sales increase since July 2021 with a 21% gain at Toyota, eclipsing a 4% decline at Lexus. Lexus seeing a little bit reprieve, but not the volume we need to see. Toyota snapped a 13-month losing streak, and Lexus sales have now dropped 8 straight months year over year. GM is now the top seller, no surprise. Toyota ended with a 20-day supply at the end of September. So getting back to this, gosh, I could spend an hour just with this, with these highlights, but I'm not going to. So I'm just going to check out the sales summary here. Open a new tab. Well, that's not going to work. So let's see if I can zoom in. Here we go. Looking at individual models, Corolla down 21% on the year, but it's up 32% on the month. And we don't have quarter here. We just have year to date and month, which I prefer. The quarter stuff's not my cup of tea. For month over month. So huge increase versus September of last year. Supra, whatever, it's an outlier, GR86. Well, it's up 43,000% because they sold 2 last year. Mirai, they aren't making them, essentially. If they've sold 7, that means they're not making them. So that's a unicorn, only for California, maybe Hawaii. Avalon down 80. Well, rest in peace. Don't need to talk about that. Prius up 16% on the quarter, but it's down 47% on the year. We're gearing up, guys. You guys know, get a little fired up about the Prius. We're gearing up for new Prius coming out fairly soon. Camry seeing a big rebound versus last year, 45% up, even though it's down 16% on the year. That's 8,000 more units for the Camry versus last September. That is great to see. So the car division for Toyota is up 34% month over month. Lexus car division up 14%. IS is up. RC is, well, I mean, they sell 200. The Supra sells almost as much as the RC. The Lexus ES up 27%, down 4% on the year, but we're seeing some big gains here for Lexus vehicles. This is good as we go into the fourth quarter. That's typically automakers want the strongest fourth quarter possible. So it looks like they're gearing up for a good finish to the year here. LS pretty much rest in peace. I don't know what they're going to do with the LS. And LC, it blows my mind that the LS sells more than the LC, but if you look at the volume here, they're just not producing a lot of LCs. LC, if I remember correctly, is produced in that Motomachi plant, which has been shut down immensely this year in Japan. So it's not due to demand, it's due to just production. Sad to see. All right, let's go down to the crossovers now. Toyota hasn't sold any BZ4Xs. They sold 232 on the year. They were all recalled, and I don't know what they're going to do with that car. It's almost at this point, it's like, Toyota, just cancel your entire BZ lineup. Go to like, just call it like a RAV4 electric or something. Because at this point, the BZ lineup is just stupid. What do you guys think? Should I create a poll? Should Toyota scrap BZ at this point after the worst electric car launch of all time? Should probably create a poll. Can I do that? I'm trying to figure out how to do that. There it is. Should Toyota cancel BZ lineup and call it something? Call them some. Can't type something else. There you go. There is the poll. Poll is up on the BZ Beyond Zero lineup. It's a controversial naming scheme, if you ask me, because they have so much freaking equity in the RAV4, the Corolla, the Camry, the Highlander, etc., the Land Cruiser. It's I could keep going. And they're like, oh, electric cars, we're not going to carry over any of our brand equity, or, we're just going to start from scratch here, guys. And they're still in the scratch portion with a 0 there. That's a big scratch. RAV4, huge increase, 50% up, only down 3% on the year, but it's going to be a positive. So the RAV4 shouldn't have any issues remaining the top selling non-big 3 pickup truck in America. Corolla Cross getting some volume in there as well. They've sold 37,000 of them so far this year. Venza down 69%. They just can't produce enough of them, guys. It's not due to demand. They can't produce them. It's too bad. And they would rather allocate some of those vehicles for the Lexus NX, for example, if they're sharing parts and powertrains and stuff like that. Highlander is about even. It's actually a little bit positive for the past past month, and down 20% on the year, but it's going to finish strong. 4Runner down 17%, obviously not due to demand because people love that 4Runner. When I was in Miami, my friend's brother-in-law has a 4Runner. It's an 01. I think he has like 350,000 miles, he told me, but I forget exactly. But it was over 300,000 miles, and he had to replace the starter and I think the alternator in the past year. And that's like all he's done to it. So there you go. That's why people love their 4Runners. They're indestructible. Sequoia, well, they haven't been producing it, so that's an outlier. And Land Cruiser is canceled. The Sequoia goes on sale, like we said, soon, right? What do they say with the Sequoia? Did I just break my mouse? May have just broke my mouse. What's going on? You guys see this? It's like freezing on me. It might be the website. Okay, there we go. Got out of it. I was stun locked there. Sequoia Hybrid now on sale. Okay, it's now on sale. Oh no. Okay, got out of it again. All right. So we're finishing with the Lexus sales, and then we'll get on over to the Honda and see the bloodbath that's been happening to them this year. Lexus UX down 50%. No, I mean, could be due to demand, but I know they're probably just not making that many of them. Lexus NX down 22% on the month as they switch over to the new model's been out for a year at this point, but they just can't produce enough of them. RX about a wash, and the new RX will be coming out late this year. That's exciting. GX only down 1%. GX is just it's like the Lexus 4Runner. So indestructible, people love them. Demand is always going to be there for GX. And we're getting it close to the end of the GX. I think there will be some 2023 model years produced. I think I made a video on it, but yeah, can't wait for that 2024 model year redesign. So stay tuned for that as we get that information. LX down 35%. Here's the thing. The LX 600 is the Land Cruiser. There's a 4-year waiting list on that vehicle in Japan and other parts of the world. So yes, it was a treat to drive the LX 600 for a week last month. An absolute treat. Don't really want to talk about the hybrid stuff. So let's get on over to Honda. Guys, how you doing? This might be a good potty break. Wow, 93%. Only 41 votes, though. If you guys haven't voted, should Toyota cancel BZ lineup and call it something else? 93. Well, now it's down to 91. 91% have said yes. Woof. Toyota, what kind of you know, they make all their decisions based off of like surveys and polls and market research that they do. But man, this looks terrible. 91% of the small portion here say, Toyota, call your electric car something else because it is obnoxious. And it's even more obnoxious that the wheels fall off. So just scrap the naming lineup, turn a new page, burn that old page, and just start anew and just call it like the RAV4 electric, or Corolla Cross electric, even though it might not look like it. Just, gosh, anyways, or just call it something like the Valkyrie or something. Give it a name. Beezy stuff. Anyways, Honda post best month since May with September sales over 79,000. CRV Hybrid and Accord Hybrid push Honda Electrified sales to September. Record Ridgeline post best Septembers. They've been able to produce a lot of Ridgelines for whatever reason. They're pretty basic. That's probably why they don't need a lot of chips. All new HRV achieves monthly sales of over 8,000 units. Acura September sales top 8,000 units for best month since April 2022, led by MDX. And Integra continues to lead its segment. It's in a weird segment though. So it is what it is there. Sales highlights. I don't want to talk about sales highlights. Can we open a new tab here? Here we go. Let's break it down ourselves here. All right. Rough. September down 17% versus last September. Year to date down 38%. So we're seeing some sort of improvement there from the previous 8 months or whatever. 9 months. 9 months. 9 months. Okay. Accord. Keep Avalon name. Ford already trademarked Thunder. Mr. Hawk is a closet comedian. Audience of one. Ooh, you guys are, there's beef in the chat today. RAV4 Thunder. You know, that's not terrible. But Mr. Hawk said it's trademarked. RAV4, I don't know. They could find something that's not as obnoxious. All right. Accord down 8.6%. So the Accord is seeing some improvement here. It's down 30% on the year, only 8.6% down. Civic though. This guy Civic is their big volume seller. Look at this. They typically sell 216,000. Well, not typically, but they did last year. They haven't even touched 100,000 so far this year. It's just so hard to see. Clarity, rest in peace, saw Clarity today. Fit, I think there's some updates on the Fit in Japan going on right now, but nothing to report on because rest in peace. Insight, rest in peace as well, as we'll eventually get the Civic Hybrid, maybe by the end of next year. It's not a priority for Honda because they need that vehicle in Europe. I think it's produced here stateside though. That's the irony. Anyways, keep reading. CRV up 27%. What's going on there? That is incredible. Up 27%, but it's down 38% on the year. So CRV is kind of like carrying the weight here. HRV down 31%. I knew this was going to happen as they switched to the new model, as that is because it shares a lot of the same technology and parts as the Civic. It's produced in Mexico, but say a similar platform, same platform, just a different molding of it. And down 31%, and it's down 12% now versus last year, and it's going to continue to go down unless they have like a crazy fourth quarter. Odyssey down 30%. That's unfortunate. Minivans ruled. Passport down 42% on the month. Pilot down 32% on the month. Ridgeline up 53%. I don't understand that one. But hey, probably good deals. They probably have no issues producing them because they're more basic. So Honda down 17% on the month. Acura down 13% on the month. So that's an improvement because they're down 41% on the year. So Acura is starting to see some reprieve here. Ilex, rest in peace. Integra. Oh, they sold 6,000 Integra so far this year. NSX, rest in peace. I would be seeing the last one being built tomorrow, but I will not be there for that. RLX, rest in peace. They sold a few last year. TLX down 70%. I have some TLX news coming to you guys tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for that. But there, it's like the TLX and the MDX and RLX probably share a lot of the same parts. Gosh, especially the TLX and RDX, but the MDX is getting those parts allocated seemingly for the MDX because they have higher profit margins on the MDX. Would be my guess. But man, RDX down 60%, TLX down 70%. It's just a massacre for those vehicles. It's really, really sad to see. I gotta keep moving. Checking up on the poll. 58 votes. 88% say BZ lineup should be called something else. Take that to the bank, Toyota. Take it to the bank. I missed talking about the Tacoma, didn't I? I can backtrack. I think I missed talking about the trucks. I did because I switched to the Lexus crossovers. Trucks kicking butt. Tundra up 18%. Tacoma up 18%. Tundra up 11%. And Tundra's up 14% on the year. Now, was it last year they started winding down production as they were switching the production line to the new truck, the new platform? So, yeah. But yeah, the trucks are doing well. There's big profit margins to be had on trucks. So good to see that happening for the Toyota trucks. Mazda, let's get into Mazda is the only brand that I know that talks about CPO sales. CPO is down 26% versus last year. They're about even on the month. So a decrease of 1.1% versus last September. So month to date is on the left, year to date on the right. And it's kind of confusing because it says September on both of them. But month to date is on the left, and then year to date is all the months so far. Mazda 3, the sedan is seeing some good boost here, even though it's down 58% on the year. Hatchback is getting slaughtered. At least recently, it's only down 10% on the year, but last month it got smacked down 59%. Mazda 6, rest in peace. Hopefully it gets revived soon. MX-5 Miata only down 9%. So they're able to get the MX-5 back into production because look at what happened earlier in the year. 52% down on the year though. So yeah. All right. Scrolling down to the crossovers, that is their milk and honey here. CX-30 up 35% on the month, down 21% on the year. CX-5 down 22% on the month, down 16% on the year. CX-9 up 13.1%. Maybe because it's older, so they're able to produce a lot. Not quite sure. CX-9 made in Japan. CX-30 made in Mexico, I think. I'm trying to remember. CX-9, this will be the last year. Maybe the next year will be the last year as they switch over to the CX-90. There's spy shots going around of the CX-90 right now. I don't have like rights to use that, so that's why I haven't made a video on it. CX-50, it sold 20. I saw a CX-50 on the streets today. I like had a triple look. I'm like, what is CX-50 on the street? They sold 13,000 of them so far this year. MX-30 sold 0. They don't care. Whatever. That 100-mile range electric car is completely worthless. Let's see here. Cars down 41% on the month, but their SUVs, aka trucks, are up 8%. So down 1% on the month and 21% on the year. Not great, but not as bad as some other people like Nissan and Honda. Kyle just joined. Has Kirk already talked about Mazda or Kia? I just talked about Mazda, so hopefully you were there for that. I will talk about Kia here shortly. Gordon is saying Toyota will release first solid-state battery vehicle before 2025. No, it's supposed to be in 2025. It'll be a hybrid, not an electric car. Or not a battery electric car. Jonathan, Kirk, you reviewing the awesome new G90? I hope so. I hope Genesis sends it to me. The car is pure luxury. Even Maybach, Rolls-Royce, power closing doors. That's pretty badass. That's incredible. Antoine, it's going to be about time for the new any generation MX-5. Do you think the next gen Miata will still be lightweight with a mild hybrid powertrain and still have a manual transmission? Yes, I think that's been confirmed. Mild hybrid, it might depend on the part of the world you're in. We'll see. What are your thoughts on Sony Honda project? I'm freaking jacked for it. That's what I am. I'm really excited for Sony Honda. Hyundai. They have the shouty all super handling all-wheel drive. Now we got Hyundai. Love it. That's what I'm calling it. Ferris, do you believe Acura will come out with an MDX hybrid? No, Acura's done with hybrids. Rest in peace, Acura hybrids. Well, it died with the NSX. It's the last Acura hybrid we'll ever see, more than likely. We don't know the future for sure, but Acura wants to be fully electric before too long. Honda wants to be fully electric by 2040. Akio Toyota would say, I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. See. Okay, let's get to Nissan here. Versa, not doing great. People need cheap cars, though, so that sucks. Sentra, people need cheap cars. That's down 43%. That's not good. Altima is up 102%. Wow, 102%. What? It's up 40% on the year. Nissan's just about ready to cancel the Versa and the Sentra. They're like, hey, we can make a lot more money on the Altima. That's what's going on there. Maxima, rest in peace. Nissan Leaf. The demand is there. They're just not able to produce them. The Nissan Leaf demand is there. It's an affordable electric car with over 200 miles of range. People would want that. But they just can't produce them. Juke, rest in peace. Why is the Juke even in here? It's completely flatlined. The Juke in Europe, I hear, is pretty good, though. 370Z. Ooh, I saw a 300ZX today. Dark red. Or it was yesterday when I was reviewing the RX. Oof. They had Fairlady Z on the rear lift back of that. It was beautiful. They sold 2 GTRs last month. And they've sold 56 on the year. They're just not making those things. They don't really care about that car as they try to figure out what they want to do in the next one. Hybridize it, electrify it. We'll see. So their cars are down 13% with the Altima pretty much carrying them. Now into the crossovers. Kicks down 50%. That is not good. People need entry-level affordable vehicles, and that Kicks is one of them. That's unfortunate. Frontier. Up 13%. Trucks doing well, not only for Toyota, but we see Nissan here. While Titan, they haven't canceled the truck yet, but come on, guys. It's all but canceled. Xterra, what the heck is the Xterra? What is the Xterra? And the Quest? Nissan, what are you doing? Have you just forgot to update your spreadsheets? I want the Xterra to come back. That would be an excellent alternative and competitor to the 4Runner. All right, here we go. New poll. And that poll, new poll. Would you be interested in a new Nissan Xterra? Guys, last poll ended. 80% of you said Toyota should cancel the BZ lineup and call it something else. I'm along those lines as well. They're not going to do it. No, they're not going to do it, but they should do it. All right, I got to get back to the Xterra here. I want to see you guys vote on that. Would you be interested in a new Nissan Xterra based off the Frontier? 71% says no. You guys are full of it. The original Xterra was amazing. Xterra hybrid would be cool, but Nissan doesn't bring hybrids to America. Pathfinder down 13%. Yeah, but 30% up on the year. That's interesting. It's going down. Armada up 8%. Love the Armada. One of my favorite Nissans. Rogue down 18%. That's their cash cow. That's their volume seller, down 44% on the year. So they're seeing some sort of relief there. Murano. Can't believe this thing is still around. It's old. It's weird looking. It's down 43% on the year, 54% on the month. Nissan Quest, rest in peace. I wish the Quest was still fighting in the ring of minivans. Now we have like less choices than ever. All the domestics have pulled out other than Chrysler. Gosh, we have Honda, Toyota, Kia, and Chrysler. That's it in the minivan game, right? Even Mazda at one point in time had the Mazda 5. That was actually a minivan. All right. NV, rest in peace. Total trucks for Nissan, including SUVs, down 29%. Not good on the month. 34% on the year. Infiniti. Okay, this will be fun. They've been surpassed several months in a row now by Genesis. And they're an afterthought for many. But I've been seeing a lot. Well, and it's marketed well because they marketed on like the housewife shows that my wife watch, and I watch from time to time, of course. But they advertise the QX50 or the QX60, sorry, a ton on those HGTV shows, House Hunters, stuff like that. They know that they're appealing to that mommy crowd. So QX60, excellent vehicle. We got rear-ended in it. The vehicle didn't show any damage, and we felt safe in it. So QX60, wonderful vehicle, smooth as butter. The Pathfinder is good too, but yeah, the QX60 is just much more luxurious and nicer, but it's going to cost you $65K probably. All right. Man, Q50, rest in peace, essentially. Look at this, down 80%. Good night, Skyline. Q60 down as well, same thing. Just a bloodbath. QX50 down 8% on the month. So they're seeing some bounce back here because it's down 50% on the year. Let me know if you guys can hear me because it looks like the stream is buffering on my end. So let me know if you guys can hear me. I don't know what's going on. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. 40% say you wouldn't be interested in a new Nissan Xterra. I don't know, guys. I don't know about you. I don't know what you guys been thinking lately. All right. QX80. Oof, love that truck. It's just a nicer Armada. But here's the thing. The Armada Platinum is already, it's essentially the QX80. Love the Armada Platinum, which, I mean, all you're doing is paying for the badge for the QX80 at that point. Same vehicle. Yeah, it's not doing well. So cars are down 80% on the month, but we're getting a rebound on the trucks because the QX60 is up 6,500%. Thank God. The savior is here for Infiniti, but they have nothing else. I mean, the QX80 is great. That's, body on frame, sturdy, can pull a house with that thing, but it's still not like, I mean, yeah, they updated it, and it reminds me a lot of the GX, but bigger, right? It's very much like it's an LX competitor, but the new LX doesn't feel anything like the old QX80. It's twin turbo V6 to V8. Yeah. These are the two best products in the Infiniti lineup. QX60, QX80. And we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep moving here. Subaru. Ascent up 18% on the month. BRZ up 23,000% on the month. Oh my God. So silly. Crosstrek up 35%. So we're seeing some big gains here from these Subaru models, and we need to see it for them to rebound as a brand. Forester down 10%, but it's down 40% in the year. So we're seeing that bounce back happen already. Impreza is, they just don't care about the Impreza. They probably would rather allocate chips to the Crosstrek because you can make more money on it. So that's probably what's going on there. Same thing with Legacy. They just don't really care about those cars. Outback up 20%. So look at the Crosstrek, Outback, and the, here's the thing, the Outback and the Forester are somewhat similar, right? The Outback though is a more premium vehicle, and therefore they would give more chips to that. But look, the Forester is still outselling the Outback. STI down 31,000%, and you might be saying, Kirk, what's going on there? They have a new WRX out. Well, STI is gone, and the new WRX is nothing special. So let's keep moving. That was a quick dusting over Subaru. They don't have that many models. Hyundai Q3 sales increased 3%. September total sales up 11%. Best September retail sales ever. And best ever Q3 total retail sales for Elantra Hybrid. Well, Elantra Hybrid is a new vehicle. Ioniq 5, which is a new vehicle. Santa Cruz, which is a new vehicle. Santa Fe plug-in hybrid and two. So of course they're going to be the best ever Q3 totals because a lot of those cars have never been out in last Q3, right? So that's a bit misleading. Or if they were, they weren't. They were like brand new, not in that much volume. Here we go. Now I can see the percentages. Oof. Do you guys need a break? I've been streaming for like an hour at this point, or should we just power? We're just going to power through. We're almost done. I'm going to I think I can insert an ad. There we go. So let's go ahead and get into Hyundai here. Hyundai Accent, not the Subaru Ascent, the Hyundai Accent up 3%. So up 16%. There you go. Here's the option for people who need cheap cars. The Accent is up Q3 66%. Heck yeah. Elantra, another affordable vehicle, up 16%. Heck yeah. Which is a big departure from what we've seen so far in the previous 3 quarters. Oh, here we go. So I'm looking at Q3 versus Q3, but let's look at September, right? September is going to give us a better idea for the immediate turnaround. So Accent down 2%. So they've kind of leveled out, but they blew up Q3, which doesn't make sense. Don't really get what's going on there. So Elantra up 34%. So we're getting that Elantra volume back. Ioniq, whatever. This car is killed. Ioniq 5, they've sold 18,000 of them so far this year. So it's up there. It's like my top 3 favorite electric cars. Kona down 9% on the month, but it's a big comeback because it's been 36 down in the year. So that's good to see the entry-ish level crossover, because the Venue is also entry level, but they're not that interested in producing it right now because it's doing worse in September versus the rest of the year. Palisade minus 15%, and that's not due to demand. That's due to just the inability to make it and the volume to meet the demand. Santa Cruz, there's that little pickup truck up 75%. We're seeing the demand for trucks be really, really high. Santa Fe up 40%. Holy smokes. There's the Santa Fe being fully rebounded essentially with volume at this point. That's good to see. And of course, all these brands like Acura with MDX are all going to try to allocate those chips for their largest vehicles, which are the most expensive vehicles, so they can make the most money per vehicle in theory. Sonata down 16%. Sedan's just not doing that hot. We saw the Corolla not doing that well, but and the Civic, but this could be due to the inability to produce them due to the chips being allocated to different models. Tucson up 31%. Tucson's still kicking butt. It's up 8% on the year. They've sold 125,000 Tucsons. Let's go back to Nissan. And we're going to look at the Rogue. They've sold, since the Rogue's down so much, essentially Hyundai has caught up with Rogue sales. And what about Mazda CX-50 or CX-5? I mean, yeah, they've surpassed the CX-5. What about the CRV? Almost CRV. CRVs should be selling over 300,000 units per year, and they're at 178,000 right now. So the Tucson's getting close to the CRV with volume right now, which is just crazy. That is absolutely insane. Veloster, rest in peace. Venue, cheap entry level crossover. They don't care about it, so they're not producing that many. Moving over to Kia. Kia's kicking butt, taking names. Record-breaking Q3. Best Kia September ever. Sales of Kia EV models up 41% over last September. The rebound is 100% real for Kia right now. Well, that's their EV model. Sorry, that doesn't matter because yeah, they have a lot of new hybrids that they've never had in their lineups. That's why it's up so high, and they're not producing at the volume to meet the demand either. So September sales up 6% over September 2021 for all vehicles, including EVs. So let's go down. They don't give us percentages here, so this is a lot more work for me. EV6 volume is pretty close to the 18,000 of the Ioniq 5, right? You know they're selling all of them. Kia Rio, affordable car. It's down on the year. Big surprise. Kia Forte, another affordable car, down on the year. Big surprise. But the rebound isn't happening either with those cars. So that's unfortunate as people need more affordable cars than ever with inflation, high interest rates, and things that's getting crazy in the world. K5 Optima is down. No surprise, like the Optima. Oh, sorry, like the Sonata. Cadenza, rest in peace. Stinger, rest in peace. It hasn't been canceled yet, but it's going to be, I'm pretty sure. K900, rest in peace. Kia Soul's got a minor refresh, but they're not that interested in making it right now. It doesn't look like. Kia Niro. They're getting ready for the new Niro. That's why. So production is stopped there as they gear up for the redesign. Seltos. Oh, so the Seltos is bouncing back. That's good to see. Now it's down like 10,000 units on the year, but they're getting some turnaround there. Sportage. The new Sportage is really good. Check out my hybrid review of it. 12,000 units versus 6,000 units last year on the month of September. So Sportage impressive with that volume, and they're just going to continue to kill it with that car. Sorrento, we saw the Santa Fe was up big, so is the Sorrento here. Telluride is down just like the Palisade was. And Sedona Carnival, just like Honda, they cannot produce that minivan, which I don't think I talked about the Sienna. What's going on with the Sienna? How did I gloss over that? Where is the Sienna? Oh, because it's in kind of its own category here. That's why I glossed over it. Sienna down 16% and 40% on the year. So the Sienna, gosh, that thing is in the highest. It's the highest demand minivan. Oh man, they sold 83,000 this year, only 50,000 so far. Yeah, this thing needs to bounce back as soon as possible because no one else has a hybrid minivan. Well, Chrysler has a plug-in hybrid, but that thing is not touching it. So I think that finishes it. So guys, thanks for coming out tonight. I'm a little sweaty. I'm a little tired from the past week of running from hurricanes and stuff like that. I'll give you guys 5 minutes to maybe ask some questions, and then I gotta get out of here. Maybe watch a movie or something before I go to bed. Taeyang, friend ordered Telluride last year, still waiting. Yeah. I wish they kept the square daytime running light as well. They made the vehicle uglier, but at least they made the Palisade better looking. Just doesn't make sense. They like switched roles there. So, Sykes-Pop suspecting the third gen Xterra will be sold by Mitsubishi as a Montero Sport. Yes, you know a lot more about those brands than I do. So I always appreciate your insight, Sykes-Pop, with Nissan Mitsubishi. So that would be cool. Mitsubishi could really use a new Montero Sport. I saw a Montero Sport in BJ's parking lot in Hialeah. Oh, I was drooling over that thing. I would say it was like a late 90s or something. Brian, I'm doing really well after the storm. Thank you. Very, very fortunate. Very blessed. Kyle Murdoch. think K5 GT will get all-wheel drive, become less nerfed when the Stinger dies? I don't know. Maybe. New G90 is good, but not better than the LS. Even Doug said that. Well, I'll drive the new G90 and I'll tell you what I think. Should I wait for the refresh 23 Highlander or get a 2023 as soon as possible? It's up to you, man. I would rather have the new technology. Newer is always better. No, that's not always true. It's up to you. Are you okay with the 4-cylinder? It's got to be up to you. If you want the if you want like torque vectoring too, you can get that on the higher trims of the Highlander. Mr. Hawk, case I don't see you, have a good morning, evening, good night. Good night, Mr. Hawk. You said you have to clean up your backyard. Yes, my backyard still needs. I cleaned it up a little bit tonight. There's a tree that needs to come down. Gosh, I can't even talk. The fence is pushed halfway over. And I found a power line that don't know where it came. It came loose because it's just kind of hanging by the side of my house. I'm here to talk about it. I didn't die, but I was able to put it like on the roof because it looked like it was lined over the roof. So yeah, just some damage in the backyard, nothing catastrophic. And I'm renting here, so I'm very fortunate either way. So Venza Sales have also tanked. I wonder why. Yeah, no, they're not producing them. They would rather sell other models. Allocate those chips for other models sold here in the United States. Or they just can't source the specific parts for the Venza. That's a possibility. Yeah, I don't know what the future of the LS is. Why does Lexus put the small display on the NX and RX, but a big display on the new? That is a mystery. You know, on the 128,000 ultra luxury LX, it still has the small MID. It's a complete mystery why they have chosen to have a small MID on the Lexus models. I don't get it. I don't understand. 12-volt electronics says those screens are optional. Absolutely, but they're not optional on the Lexus models. They're not yet. You're just stuck with the small screen. What do you think about the 23 RX 350h versus 2023? I don't drive Mercedes, Jules, so I can't tell you about the GLE 350. I've driven gosh, what was it, like a 2019 GLE? I think it's the last one I drove. Had lots of tech in it, but I'm to the point where more tech is not better. There's a lot of crazy safety features in the new RX I've been just turning off because they're so disruptive to how I drive. And they're even like a safety hazard because they're so interfering. Did I see the TFL episode on the 250-mile, $150,000 Hummer EV that broke down the middle of the road? No, I did not, but that doesn't surprise me. Do you think the new Lexus ES will have a plug-in at launch? Well, here's the thing. The new Crown is supposed to, well, it will. The new Crown will get a plug-in, but I don't know when. And so that you can reason that the new ES could, but we'll say, I don't know whether they would put that battery pack, to be honest, because the ES sits so low to the ground compared to the new Crown. The new LX did not get much love from Lexus. Amazing. Oh yeah, no automatic running boards. Yeah, no panel roof. No massaging seats. No. Yeah, no, it's a missed opportunity from them. Massaging front seats, yeah, because it has massaging rear seats, yeah, like you said. Mercedes fanboy, but the Lexus versus GLE, more efficient, more reliable, better controls, easier to live with. There you go. Robert. It isn't your wife's cousin. Very well could be. I could have stayed with my wife's uncle, but we had already made plans to stay with my wife's college friend and her family, which is fine. So either way, I'm very grateful that we have friends and family that will take care of us. It's very lucky. But I gotta shut it down, guys. I'm way too sweaty right now. The lights are on me. This room is super hot with all my computers on. So and I'm tired. But guys, thanks for all the support. Next week I'll be driving the Crown, the new Highlander Turbo, the Corolla Cross Hybrid, the new Corolla Hybrid, and the CRV Hybrid. It'll be 5 days straight of traveling and driving. So stay tuned. I don't know when the embargoes will be on any of those vehicles really, but oof. Yes, all Corolla hybrids are made in Japan. That is true. The Corolla Cross Hybrid that we're getting, I don't know though. I'm not sure on that. Does Lexus sort of reach out to you guys for advice?